I like your shirt, by the way.
Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh,
What?
guys, welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode of whatever the hell this is. Who knows? I don't know what's
It's
going
Happy
on.
Friday.
Happy Friday, right? Another day that we just call Friday. It's interesting, right?
It is, ain't it?
So how are you, Miss Silvia? I've been wanting to talk to you for so long.
Well, I'm here on so many adventures lately, and you brought me on yours as well now.
I love it. Yeah, I remember. I remember since I started my YouTube videos, you were always on there, and I remember looking at your name, Justin from God, and this was before. This was when I was first getting into spirituality, and I wasn't quite at that God realization. But yeah, you were so sweet, and you always encouraged me, and I just want to like personally say thank you for that. There's not too much people like you in this world. Um, so thank you.
I appreciate that. I really do because I've been following you, and you've been lifting my spirits. And I tell people about you, and I say if you need some little
Aw,
positivity, go to his page on YouTube and check him out because he brings everybody up uh, along this caboose that we're trailing.
exactly. I love your glasses, by the way.
Thank you.
Sylvia, I'm glad you brought up the positivity thing. Okay. I want to dive into that. Now, this is one thing I've noticed along in the spiritual community too, right? Like, so I've noticed that I always had to carry this facade of being positive, right? Like having to encourage other people. But then there was a point where I couldn't like keep up with myself. And then I started beating myself up because like I'm supposed to help them and I can't. You see where I'm going with this? So there was a lot of inner turmoil when I carried that for some reason. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, because a lot of those energies get attached to you. And when they get attached to you, your vibrational field gets disturbed. So then you end up feeling it. And sometimes you have those symptoms like a headache or, you know, dizziness or things like that nature. So, or sleepiness. If somebody
Yes.
robs your energy, you are so drained that you just need to go on and take a nap.
Yes.
Hmm.
Actually, Sylvia, and I'm sorry I cut people off a lot, but I'm going to work on it. That's crazy. You said the sleepiness because um, after the DMT experience, I was extremely tired the next day. Now I know you. I don't know if you really want to talk too much about that. I know I spoke to you about it, but I just found it interesting. Um, now
Yeah.
you told me earlier that you were able to get into these DMT realms without the substance using meditation. Now I know this is very possible through Kriya yoga and all sorts of yoga, right? So how did you do it, and how would one start?
Well, basically, my motto in my philosophies, I always say, take the garbage out. Once you take the
Ooh,
garbage out of your life,
I
you
love it.
start, yeah, you start to detox from
Yes.
all of those things, whether it's a past life trauma or an energy that's attaching themselves to you that you never removed from your energy field. So basically, you have to recharge yourself. And once you recharge yourself, it's similar to going outside and just putting your feet on the
Yes.
ground, touching the
Grounding,
trees.
it does help for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, definitely. But you also have to make sure that when you step away from those areas, you continue to charge up because we're constantly being bombarded by all of those frequencies. And it's not just our own frequency, but
Mhm.
frequencies from the
Everybody.
air, from cars, from pollution, So there's a lot of things that people fail to acknowledge that even vehicles are alive, and
That is so
buildings are
true.
alive. Everything's alive.
I love that. I love that. And I see what you're saying. Because like I said, I came in through this through like a science background. So like, yes, but like what I've noticed is a lot of people can say this, but like, until you really experience something like, well, in my case, DMT, experiencing these other dimensions, I would say it, but now I know for sure, like there's no doubt in my mind, we are freaking multidimensional beings. There's no death, right? So now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, well, what do I do now, right? Before I used to be like, man, I gotta wake other people up, right? But then I started getting down on myself when things didn't go right, and I felt very unbalanced.
Well, there's many reasons for that, okay? Besides people affecting you, the foods that you're eating, I think we discussed this privately before about how to start to decrease all of the senses so you can get to that level, okay? And what happens when you start decreasing all of those senses? You remove your vision, your smell,
Right.
your taste, your touch. All of those things are your senses. So once you start detaching from those, you'll be able to start to understand how it all lines up. And then the experience that you have with the DMT, you can actually have if you just close your eyes and remove and stay in silence. And then you can actually go within and start traveling through all of those dimensions.
Right.
And then you could instruct yourself. I did go to a conference with Dr. Brian Weiss. I don't know if I talked to you about that a while back. It was a few years ago. And I ended up coming across various shamans, and they had used the ayahuasca. But when I went to the conference with Dr. Brian Weiss, he actually gave us step by step, and we ended up doing.
Oh, so you did ayahuasca? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I didn't do ayahuasca. I was already aligned to the point that I was going to be able to reach other dimensions and see the things that you experienced with the DMT or with the ayahuasca. I just didn't use them myself.
So what did you see? What can you describe what you saw, and maybe we can compare? I mean, I know there's really no way to describe it, but how long was it till you got into this state, and were you using any sort of breathing technique?
Yeah, I mean, I was doing a lot of breathing. I to this day, I'm still on OMAD, but every once in a while, I'll do breathing fasting only, so that I just breathe all day long. Go outside, go for walks, go for a swim, a run, do different things that are gonna increase the oxygen inside of the body, but it also aligns everything inside so that you can travel to those other dimensions. And then once you start traveling into the other dimensions, or you could see spiritually, you're able to see your own aura. And when you're able to see your aura, you can see how it is attached to other people. So when you come across, like, I have long hair, I left it loose for today for this video, but normally when
it looks nice. I like it.
Thank you. But normally when I go out, I braid it because I feel everybody's strings, and you know, it can be an uncomfortable feeling to feel everybody's strings, especially.
Yes. So would you say you're empathic? Maybe a little empathic. I'm feeling that from you now. I used to not talk like that, but like I'm starting to feel this when I go out. That's why I kind of stick to myself. I am starting to feel, it could just be in my head, I don't know, but
Well, you need to know how to protect yourself too, because like I have certain things that help protect me. Like I got stainless steel and copper here, and then I've got platinums, diamonds, and sapphires. But there's a lot of things that protect you and help you to listen, uh, for those vibrations that are attached to other people and things, so that they don't affect you. That's
I,
why
I appreciate it.
if somebody is unhealthy, let's say it's a woman and she is going through a lot of medical problems, she needs to put her hair in a ponytail and completely braid it. Otherwise, it's going to continue to affect her health. Now, once she
Now, hold on. Let me stop you right there. Like, and I don't mean to be rude. So where are you where are you getting this information from? Is it from personal?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
because what happened was I was so toxic. I was like over 400 pounds.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Yeah, I had diabetes. I had graying hair.
Respect.
I had fungus on my nails. I had 3 strokes. I had so many health conditions, okay? And at that time, my head was 100% gray and it was short, okay? So once I started taking out the garbage in my life, my hair started telling me that I was being affected by other people. So then I couldn't go around those people if I was eating.
Hold on. So your hair started telling you this? So like you felt it. So elaborate on that. Your hair. What do you mean by your hair told you this?
The longer your hair is, the better the antenna to feel those strings that are attached to everything.
That makes sense. Silvia, can I ask you what is the most traumatic event? What if you can? What is the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you? If you feel comfortable answering.
Traumatic event that happened to me. I think.
And do you feel that? Do you feel trauma is a catalyst for spiritual awakening? In some cases.
Yeah, in some cases it can be, but sometimes it doesn't click right away when it first happens to you.
Bingo. You're right. That's so true. I had to hear things. Are you hearing a clicking noise?
Yeah, but I don't understand why.
Yeah, I've never heard it before.
I know. I'm trying to charge up the phone.
Oh, it's okay, babe. I appreciate your wisdom. I know that you've known about these things for a while. I'm barely into this, and I'm very grateful for people like you who are willing to share information. That's what it's all about.
Oh, definitely. I think the noise that we hear is the Matrix trying to attack us. Because
no, I don't really start thinking like that, because then the Matrix, like words like the Matrix, and because really it's all divine. I've noted, and I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, a lot of these Ralph Smart videos and stuff, like, I don't know. To me, there's no fear at all. It's all divine. It's all a game. I don't know. This is just what I've been feeling. But yes, we're in a matrix for sure. It's a projection off of a quasi crystal. Did you know that? Did you know that every atom is a cross section of a projection of a higher dimensionality figure? Like we're a hologram of a quasi crystal. Like it blows my mind, because when I was in this DMT realm, I would actually see these things that I would read about. Right? It would.
I know. I saw your video on your explanation.
So if I did a little DMT right now, you wouldn't be my trip setter? I'm not going to do it right now. I can't. It takes a while to rebuild.
Yeah.
And I know I keep talking about it, and I know you're not too interested, and I apologize.
I think that everyone is elevating together, but
in their own ways.
But on different, similar frequencies. It's just a matter of us realizing that you're right here. You know what I'm saying?
all roads lead home.
Yeah.
I love it.
But see, and that's the thing that I try to explain to people, that we can't forget the others, even if they're not understanding what is really going on.
So true.
And just be okay with everything. And I was trying to show you my necklace, because I do have a heart quartz.
Oh, wow.
A rose quartz that I carry with me.
That's beautiful.
And, I've got some other things on here, Columbianite and Moldavite.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw the comments. Sonia Petty said, check your mic connection. Thank you, Sonia. Let's do that.
My mic?
Check mine first.
Can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear you now. Can you hear me now? Richie? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yay!
So you're back, but it's still scratchy.
I am so sorry, you guys. I am horrible with technology.
I don't know if it's my phone or is it yours, but I am trying to charge my phone.
It's okay. I apologize, you guys, for anybody listening, but I'm not going to give it too much more of my energy, because it, our minds tend to just go to, and then, so, but if it does get to you or anything, just let me know. We can always set this up for another time. I love you, girl. I've always loved your energy. You're just a ball of fire. I love when you go to these meetings, and you don't give a shit, right? You just talk, and I love that. I respect that, and you have such a good energy to you. And I look up to you. I respect you. I respect people like you.
Thank you.
Now I have a lot of. I have my journey has been very, I don't even know how to put it, but let's just say that I've overcome so much different things that I'm barely starting to know how it is to live a quote unquote normal life.
Hey, you told me you have some scars. We don't need to discuss the reason behind the scars, but that is
I will gladly explain. Yes. Okay, well, let's start off. Okay, first, when I was 16 years old was when my first trauma happened. I ran into the back of an 18-wheeler, and it took off my roof, and I ducked at the last second, so it would have cut my head off, so I got lucky there. And the other incident, I was hanging around with some gangster people. I thought I was a gangster. I started getting into heroin. Actually overdosed, and they had to shoot me up with salt water to save my life. I got beat in the face with a crowbar. I got metal plates right here. I got a trach. I have titanium plates in my chin. I have 3 stab wounds on my stomach from from self-inflicted stab wounds. I wanted to end my life before awakening to the no thought, right? I have gone to jails. I have gone to prisons. I've gone to psych wards. I was in the military. I was in the Marine Corps. I was in the Navy for about a month. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot. I've seen people blow up in front of me. See, I've always asked this question, what is life, right? And I've noticed some people don't ever ask that because they're so comfortable. Like my brother, he doesn't struggle. So like when I ask him, hey man, what do you think the point of life is, right? He just looks at me like, everybody, like when I ask them that, they're like, what the hell, right? They don't even want to hear it. What is that, you think? Because I know we were there at one point. I know I was. It's interesting where we make that switch. That was your switch gradual?
Well, my switch, if I really think about it, it happened between
Hi, Yvonne. Sorry.
2011 and 2012. That's about when my switch started coming, and I started seeing everything in the veil, and there was a lot of people that I used to talk to on Facebook, but then I deleted Facebook, so I lost track of them. But a lot of people started talking about that they could see the veil. And I thought I was going nuts. And I would see the veil in the house. I would see the veil outside.
Okay, now when you say the veil, just to clarify for anybody who may listen to this later, what are you referring to as the veil?
The veil is similar to seeing all those little strings that are attached to you. I would see them in the air. So I would see like imagine this shirt, you know, and it's see-through. I would see that everywhere. And ever since 2012, every September, between September and October, I would see the veil in the air, like super high. And then every year I kept seeing it going down, going down, going down. And
now, how did you know it was called the veil at the time? Were you already into like spiritual terms? You just knew?
No, I was into always taking pictures of everything, myself, my family, my friends. So I started looking at my pictures, and that's back when I started running. And between 2012 and 2015, I started taking out the garbage. And then by 2015, that's when I dedicated myself to really sticking to a plan, you know, by running 20 miles a week, 40 miles a week.
The temple, the body, so important to take care of it. From my DMT trip taught me that respect this body. Exactly. That's what I really learned. So yes, I'm sorry, go on.
But now I lost my train of thought.
Oh no, that's okay. I just, what you're saying right now, I love when you said that everybody's reaching, and I don't even know what to say, reaching it, because there's no it. We're already it, right?
Right, so, we're in it. We're all in it.
So I guess basically it just comes down to how our inner shift of perception of what we identify. I can't quite put my finger on it. But after my DMT experience, like I said, there's no doubt in my mind that what we're seeing right now in front of you can instantly melt, be gone, right? And then from what I know about how photons reflect off of our eyes, right? And then it tells our brain, and then our brain paints a picture, and then that picture was already programmed in us, right? So all these wheels started turning with me, right? Now, the biggest point when I really had I don't like saying awakening, whatever. You remember when Saturn and Jupiter aligned, the conjunction about 2.5 years ago, I believe?
Yeah.
anyways, it was on this night. Okay, now I was never really too religious. I mean, I went from being a Christian to an atheist to what I am now, of just discovering that everything, anyway. So I remember listening to some of Jesus's teachings, the Sermon on the Mount. Okay, now with my new level of understanding, right? I felt every word he said, every word, right? I started understanding things like what the Buddha was saying, right? Once I guess, like you said, once we're on that frequency, right? And then when I started studying mathematics, it's obvious that everything is a wave, and it's energy, our thoughts, everything. Like you go into a room, you feel something, right? We've tangled ourselves up with words. Like we have fucked ourselves with words.
But God did that to us, though, so it's not just our fault.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful because, like, at the end of the day, it's God living through us, having an experience. We are I mean, this is my opinion. We are the dream. We exist inside the dream of God. But God is dreaming everything and anything you can possibly dream of. Oh, let me ask you this, Silvia. I get super excited, as you can see. There's not too much people I can talk to you about this. Okay. Now, you know me. I'm a very holistic thinker. I like to tie in everything, right? I don't like to just stick to tarot cards and say, hey, I'm spiritual, right? Okay, so UAPs, extraterrestrials. I was watching a documentary on their connection with our nuclear programming. Okay, they have been known to hover and to dismantle our hydrogen bombs, right? So my question to you is, are they trying to just show us, hey, we can, we're stronger than y'all, don't even try it? Or are they trying to tell us, hey, y'all are going to blow yourselves up? Y'all better watch it. What are they waiting on? Are they waiting for us to wake up? Now, I know I'm blabbing again, but it leads on to the law of one. You remember the law of one, right? Oh, they also speak of this. Have you heard of the Ce5 Protocols by David Greer? I believe his name is. It's where a group of meditators go out in a very highly active UFO area. So since everything's a frequency, right? We're going out there looking for aliens, right? We got the SETI program. We're spending millions trying to look out there. See, but they're not understanding that the reasons these UAPs are popping in and out of existence and are moving is because they are manipulating. I mean, I can't say for sure, but it's about dimensions, right? DMT showed, it was proof of this. So the way to reach these beings, I feel, is through meditation, through a higher frequency. And maybe our government already knows this. Who knows?
Right. I mean, I do know people that have been kicked out of the military because of that. So,
oh, you do?
Yeah, and they lost their whole entire pensions, and it's devastated their family. And one of the reasons why they created,
thank you, Sonia,
a lot of the programs to help veterans is because of because those situations where they're left with nothing after they've put in 20 or 30 years in the military, and then suddenly right before they get out, they actually get kicked out. So because they've revealed their sources.
Right.
I mean, a lot of those things are going to be uncovered, but
yes, yes, we're at a boiling point. Things are happening. I feel it. I sense it. It's definitely exciting times to be reincarnated. I don't know if you believe in reincarnation. I definitely do.
Oh yeah, I saw the books of our lives being written, and
yes.
Just last.
Have you heard of Dolores Cannon?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I knew you would know her. I love her work.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Dolores Cannon, her material ties in with the Law of One. It also ties in with the Seth material. And it also ties in with the Emerald Tablets, the motherfucking Egyptian Book of the Dead, the motherfucking... Holy shit. Like, things are coming together, Silvia. Like, there's nothing to fear. If we can just know thyself, if we can just control our emotions, control our thoughts, understand that we are okay, right? Nothing out there can harm us, right? The armor of God, meaning knowing truth of what you are, right? This is what I feel. And it gives you such an amount of confidence. But now, Silvia, let me ask you this. How do you find balance? Because look, at work, I'm noticing that I'm so confident. It's starting to be projected as, people are starting to project that as like I don't know. I'm feeling some weird energy with people at work, just because I don't like second guess myself, right? They're not used to that. If you notice, everybody is looking down. They don't want to make eye contact. It's so strange when you're outside of this, right? Do you see that? Like,
I mean, I saw it before I was escorted out of my hospital. I witnessed that for 10 years. And that's the thing that I noticed started to increase between the people that
big disconnection.
understand who God is or who the source is versus working for money and working for, chemicals and toxins and all that crap. So when I started noticing that, I started trying to unite people so that we can continue loving each other and being friendly.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. So we would continue to talk to everyone because we saw everything changing at the hospital, and we knew that there's a tidal wave coming. And we said, you better be ready. You better get out of this field of work because something is going to hit. Okay.
Beautiful. And I'm glad you said that. That leads on to this now. Dolores Cannon spoke about the new earth. Okay. Not only did Dolores Cannon speak about this new earth, she spoke about the harvest, right? Also, the Law of One spoke about this new earth. Now, what do you feel this new earth is? What do you think it is? Do you think it's just two different states of consciousness existing, or do you think it's an actual split in dimensions of? What's your opinion? I know that's a tough question.
Well, I don't know if I had this really crazy vision where I ended up going energetically into the dirt.
Yay, the clicking stopped. Okay, I'm sorry, baby. Thank you, Sonia.
As I was doing that, I was able to find a porthole that boomeranged me completely into the parallel world.
Wait, you're doing this through meditation, through no psychedelic?
I was alive. I was awake.
Wow. I've got to learn this. I
was awake, and let me tell you, it was like 4:00 in the morning. What do they call that? The godly hours.
Right. The 3, right. Yes.
So it was I got up like about 3, but I didn't actually go outside till like 4. When I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is the secret hour. I better go outside. So I went outside. I stood there and I looked up into the sky, and it was still kind of dark, but I stayed there for probably about an hour. And as I was doing that, I took off my shoes and I started walking around my whole garden. And when I was walking around the garden, I make compost, all sizes, little buckets, big buckets, all kinds. So I ended up grabbing the smaller ones and for the hanging baskets. And so when I grabbed them, I bent down and I got a woof. And I was like, oh my God, that was God's essence.
Okay, hold on. Let's elaborate on that. So
Yes.
you smell, you perceive something through the smell of your nose that traveled up to your brain that then painted a picture that said, hey, or you just knew. You just knew that this was Source's presence.
Yeah. I just knew that was the presence.
Interesting.
And I didn't have shoes on. Okay. So I didn't have shoes. So my body was already aligned. So even if I didn't smell it, I just knew that this was a porthole. And then when I went and I went to grab it, that's when I smelled it. But wow. I knew it before I even got close to it. So then I made a video about that. Mm-hmm. And I think I called it the creating my wormhole. I mean, I didn't go into a lot of details, but I believe what happens is, you know, as above, so below. That's the Hermes
Trismegistus. Shout out.
Right. We have to we have to do the same thing for ourselves. We have to break it all down and then rebuild it back up. But we cannot rebuild back up with toxins and chemicals and radiation and all this crap. So we have to break it down. And just like in the Bible, it says, I can't remember what it says, but it
Thank you, Sonia. We love you too.
If someone knows,
Sonia's loving this.
Good. If somebody knows the phrase
where Jesus
says, "Eat of my flesh," that's what that means. You need to go on a fast. It didn't mean to go eat his actual skin and flesh and blood.
Right. Yeah, a lot of the stuff in the Bible is definitely not meant to take literally. And also, I've noticed, and like I said, no disrespect to any Christians or anybody's belief. I was once at that level of consciousness, but I feel like they're just misunderstanding a lot of what Yeshua ben Joseph said, which happened to be one of I've learned so much through his teachings, the Course in Miracles. These resonate as truths to me. Now, in his times, you got to understand, he couldn't say certain words, so he had to use limited words. So I just think it's beautiful how.
And I'm on a Zoom call with a minister and a pastor, and you know, they don't consider themselves a particular religion.
I like that. You know, they're like the new. Yeah, I feel like religion. Some religions are starting to adapt because let me tell you this sad thing I saw. There was this gay athlete. It was a Netflix show. He was a gay athlete, right? But he called his pastor. He was so nervous to call him because, you know, according to Christians, if you're gay, you go to hell, right? So he was scared. He was still a good person. He was conflicted. So he called his pastor, right? Typical, hey, what can I do for you? And I'm not making fun. Okay. And then he goes, oh yeah, it's just, he goes, I just don't know. I know I am, but it doesn't, you know, and he felt, so he started crying. He goes, I'm sorry. And the pastor said, I'm sorry, but that's just, you know, I mean, that's the word of God. I mean, that's a no, you know, like, ooh. And this is where I kind of got conflicted as a young child, listening to the teachings of unconditional love and then hearing about hell. It was very conflicting to me. Until you realize that you stop anthropomorphizing God and giving him human characteristics and understanding that God is the essence inside every atom. God is the strong force, the weak force. God is what is the dark matter. God is what's expanding the universe. God is in everything, everywhere, experiencing itself. And then that thing that it's making is experiencing other stuff and creating other stuff. And it's unbound everywhere. And there's nothing stopping it. It's always been here. And we are all of it. And that's the good news. And that's the good news of the Bible. Okay. I love you. I love you. Rich. I love you. Like literally, that is the good news. There is no, literally, there's, okay, this sounds fucked up, but there's no bad. There's no evil. I know that sounds fucked up, but in the eyes of the absolute, you got to understand it's all equal. That's the unconditional love. If he favored one of his creations rather than another, that wouldn't be unconditional love. But anyways, I just get these bursts of energy because I've never felt something. I've never felt something so true, and it's beautiful because quantum physics and scientists like Donald Hoffman, Tom Campbell, they're starting to catch up to what non-duality, what the Vedanta was saying. I love when it merges. It's beautiful. And then with my psychedelic experience, it was perfect. It was like, okay, I was in the void. I heard about the void. I knew about the no mind state, but boom, to be there is a whole nother ball game. So now I know it's there. Anyways, I can't wait to explore more.
But one good thing that I do.
It's all lessons.
Oh, it is, and it's a matter of us accepting it and being okay with what comes our way today.
Bingo.
You know, you play a big part. Today's part is Richie, okay, and your inner luminosity today. So you
right. That's what I'm playing. Yeah, that's the character I'm playing.
Get the popcorn out and enjoy the show.
Exactly. What's the point of life?
Hello.
Life, just to be. Okay. Once you start giving it a point, you start giving it a story. You start getting that pressure, and then you see how everything's. Dr. Joe Dispenza spoke about this perfectly. How our thoughts are connected to an emotion, the emotions connected to an action, right? And then you start to get in these repetitive cycles. And I found myself in this when I was in my substance abuse. As a child, I had a narcissistic mother who would kind of take out her emotions on me. And I didn't realize this till much, much later. But show me a child to the age of 7 and I'll show you the man, okay? I've said this before because from the age of 1 to 7 is when the brain is in theta mode, I believe. It's in the hypnotic. So if anything traumatic happened to you during those times, more than likely, there's going to be some sort of shadow, subconscious part of yourself that you're pushing the fuck down. And that's not good. But guess what? Society says, you better not show this. You better not cry. You better, right? So you suppress it. Shadow. When you least expect it, it comes out. Like in my case, I have anger issues. So once I started becoming aware of that's where it's arising, I started bringing it to the altar of the heart, because the heart is the center, connects all the chakras. Boom. I was aware of it. I didn't give it no more story. Boom. And it's as simple as letting it go. Okay, now it is a process, right? Especially if you've had a lot of trauma, but we are in the age of healing. Things are changing. People are starting the Great Awakening. It's here. I feel it and it's happening. Now, if everybody cleans outside their house, then the whole street is going to be clean. Okay, so that's all we got to do. You don't got to worry about anybody else, really. You don't have to, those damn Russians, they're evil. No, worry about your goddamn self. Fix yourself, actualize yourself, and then you may pour once you have a full cup, because you can't pour from an empty cup. I love you. You give me these bursts of energy. Let's catch up on the comments, baby. Hold on. I love the people. Great energy in here. I'm loving it. You're amazing. I know you're a busy woman, but I would love to have you more on here.
I want to come back and be on here.
Sonia Petty says, exciting times for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, that's great.
I'm supposed to go to an event on Mother's Day called Crimes Against Humanity Tour.
I love that.
In
Chicago.
Love what you
do.
So
I love what you do.
I'm hoping I go. My husband said that when he gets home tonight, we'll talk about it. But you're
a beautiful dream of God. You're a beautiful dream of God doing your part to ease the suffering in this dream world.
I mean, and they're on tour, but I just suddenly found it. I got the invitation sent to me, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't believe they're coming to Chicago, but they are going to be touring all of the United States. So
that's
if anybody's
exciting.
interested to go. I might end up being there Sunday.
That's so exciting.
After that event, I just want to let you know that I'm supposed to go to another event here in Chicago.
Chicago. Sorry, I never been. Chicago. I like that accent.
Where is it?
I'm from Texas, y'all. So Texas, Chicago.
I forgot where it's at. Oh, BobbyPython.com.
BobbyPython.com.
Yeah, it's for May 20th, and General Flynn is supposed to be coming here.
Oh, hell yeah.
One more thing I want to tell you. One more event. If they want to come see me, I'm definitely going to be with Dr. Mary Crowley in Times Square in New York.
Yeah, check out her channel, Justin from God. She fucking goes out and fucking does, talks to everybody, has no shame, is, gets the answers like a reporter, like fucking April O'Neil. Shit.
I think I am, huh? Right?
Great energy. I love it. Hey, look, listen, the character that Source is playing within you is beautiful. And I see that within you. And I love you. I love you because I love
don't
you.
Take no shit.
No, a lot of people think, oh, I'm spiritual. I got to be a little bitch, or I got to be, walk all over me. No, I had to learn boundaries as I started awakening to stuff and understanding what love is,
right.
What real love is, So yeah, I like that you said that. And I love that. Let me hold on. Let me finish right here on the comments. Let me catch up. Sonia Petty says, the whole killing and blood of innocent beings to cover my sin. That was what finally got me out of Christianity as a religion. Just couldn't reconcile that with the God I knew. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, there was a lot of ego inside a lot of the churches. I'm not saying all of them.
I witnessed it myself through the years.
I'm just saying, look, these are all phases. Okay, now, I don't know if y'all have heard of the stages of ego development, spiral dynamics. It's beautiful. And it outlines how our ego develops from these stages. And I saw myself in these stages, but it's beautiful. Information, like everything. I remember growing up without the internet, like, all my information was from other unconscious friends, right? So you see how, look, you got to understand, right? Consciousness, reality, the universe, as above, so below. What does that tell you? It's thinking, it's intelligent, it can get angry, it can get horny, it can get mad. Everything that we get, that's what this bigger mind can be, right? So materialists see it as a dumb, cold universe, but how could you see it like that? The marvels in itself are beautiful. They're jaw-dropping. It's like, wow, we are that. We come from that. We are a trinity within that. It's beautiful. You see, and I remember thinking that I had to lose my character, but no. God, source, whatever label, right? That is a part of it. It needs to experience its own creation through your own little personality. And that's what makes it so different, because everybody's is different from different. I don't know. I'm babbling again, but this is exciting. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
There's no doubt. I've never felt more passionate about something in my life. And I think that's where it comes from. This has saved my life. Like, if it wasn't for coming to these, God is good. Let's just put it that way. I gave up on God. I remember saying, oh, there's no God. I was so hateful, right? Wow.
You got us. You're never alone.
Beautiful. Look at our bodies. Look at this. Perfection, right? Every little atom is made of other little organisms upon other. So it's systems upon systems upon systems. And it goes infinitely out, infinitely in. And we are smack dab in the middle. God's eye view, baby. I am.
You're a beautiful rainbow,
Oh, that coming from you, that means a lot. Because I'm at work all day with people who are looking at me like, I feel out of place. But This right here,
there, though.
Doing this with you and YouTube and speaking this is what, I lost my son, as you probably know. Like, I didn't lose him, but like his mom kind of took him away when he was 6, and she went into the military, and I couldn't afford a lawyer, and it was bad. He was my best friend, right? So see, but that was a huge lesson looking back, okay? Because at the time, it was horrible, right? I was devastated, my best friend, right? But now looking back, had that not had happened, I would have never questioned reality so much, and I would have never came to certain realizations. I was diagnosed with PTSD, major depression, blah, 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 blah. So many words and labels. Hey, let's just say he has this. Let's give him a chemical. We're not going to get to the bottom of why he really feels like that, right? No, fuck all that. Come on. This is what I've noticed. People in the healthcare industries, the judges, nobody actually really cares. It's a survival game. But you can't blame them for that. Forgive them. They know not what they do. So here is the test. Knowing how to react to that. So knowing that, but not reacting in ego yourself. And this is what I've been trying to practice. And that's what I'm going to dedicate my life to. And we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
We're just here. What a fucking miracle. What is all this? Hey, how did you get in that body? Well, what the hell? Look at this. We have arms.
I love your light show back there.
Oh, thank you. Check it out. Yeah. I love my room to look really psychedelic-y.
I should be doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah. I love it. The universe is what got me into questioning. It was black holes. Amazing. So Sonia Petty is from Ohio. Awesome. Oh, hey, Silvia. Sonia says, Sylvia's peace comes through strong. I know it, right? She's a powerful, and I don't like using empathic words like that, but I know you're a powerful whatever. You're a
what did she say?
She said that your your peace comes through strong. Love her energy. Oh, could have told you that. Because like literally, it's all energy, frequency, vibration. Like I wasn't feeling too good, and I had a long day at work, but somehow, just interacting with this beautiful soul, this eagle. I mean, it's all a school, and I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to see y'all down here. I know we all agreed to come down here, and so hello. So there's no time, okay? But we're gonna play the game that there's time, okay? Just so we can get this little paper and whatever. So let's pretend. But in the meantime, let's know thyself. Let's better ourselves, and let's not necessarily go out and shove it down people's faces, but let's plant some seeds. What do you say? You beautiful soul, you. Anybody listening?
Mother's Day is Sunday.
Oh, thank you for reminding me, because that's my hugest lesson. Me and my mother's relationship is horrible. It's bad, and I love her so much, but she never says I love you back, and this is the lesson. This is a huge lesson that I'm going through in the chapter of the story of my life that they call Richard. What is that? What is that? Letters? I'm a name? I'm a word? Oh, okay.
You're too
fucking mystery, baby. We're a beautiful mystery. Beautiful mystery. Oh, I love it. Oh, and DMT and 5-MeO-DMT, all that is produced naturally in the body. So that's why when you said that you reach these states, that's why I totally believed you. It's like, yeah, it's been done.
And I think because I already knew the plan in my life, that makes a big difference, that I feel the love, and I was born.
Ooh, love.
Well, for one, I was born out of love, right?
What's your definition of love? Sorry, that's a tough one, but I like to ask people that. What's your definition of love?
No restraints, no boundaries.
Beautiful.
Total unconditional emotion towards the others.
Right.
And it's not
right.
just singular. It's
right. Just
plural.
recognizing that they are you. That's the love, right?
Right.
Because you know they're you. So why would you hurt them?
It's this. I am that.
Ooh, I am. Just like Sonia Petty just said. She goes, I was atheist, then Christian, and now I am.
Wait, but this is even more powerful. Look, I am that, comma, I am. I am.
Ooh, I've never heard that one no more. Hold on. Let's. I am that.
I am that, comma, I am.
Okay, when you say I am that, what are we trying to go with that? Like okay. That? Does that not bring like duality?
I am that.
I'm overthinking it.
I am. So when you learn to respect I am that,
I see.
I
see. And respecting that you are that, and then therefore you are because you respected that you are that.
There you go.
I love you. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Let me catch up on the comments here because we have beautiful people in the comments here. Sonia Petty, thank you for being in here. Thank you for communicating with us. This is beautiful. We want to start this. This feels like maybe we can start something here, guys. A soul gather. Who knows? This is a new age. This is a beautiful dream. So who knows what could come from this? You know, we could talk about anything. And yeah, so Sonia Petty says, I am very grateful, though, for Christianity. Same. Being the doorway. Oh, my gosh. I love what you're saying, Sonia. We are definitely vibing on the same frequency right now. We'll get into that right now. That looks cool, whatever that is. So, no, disrespect or judgment for them. Exactly. I was once there. Forgive them. They know now what they do.
They're talking about us?
I'm sorry?
What?
No, she was saying that. Sonia Petty was saying that she holds no judgment against Christianity because it was like a doorway, and I was agreeing to her. That's it.
Yeah.
But I do find myself sometimes in YouTube comments where Christians I'll tell them, hey man, I'll tell them I love you, and then instead of accepting that, they get really defensive. I don't know. It's all, we're all on our own journey.
Richie, you know what helps? To utilize that energy and stay away. Because that's God's way of saying you're the chosen one, you're protected.
Okay. I like that, and then I don't like that because
I know, but at the same time,
I see.
They need to learn their lesson, and once they learn their lesson, you can't teach them. They'll notice that people are going away from their lives, and then they end up in this miserable life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and until they actually cry out for help, then they're going to realize, oh my God, I needed to be more respectful. Yes.
Oh, that hit me deep. I love that. I got you now. I got you. That was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, when I did my DMD breakthrough, I did get this sense of boredom. Like that was the first thing I got when everything turned. Okay, it felt like, okay, think of like your figure of your body, and then think of it all going black, like something deleted you out of existence, quick. Like I was just deleted out of everything, and then I was stuck there. But I was so terrified and shocked that my brain couldn't think. It was just like so bizarre, so shocking, yet so real, yet so boring, yet so powerful. And then when I came back to my visuals, my words, I was very grateful to see everything. So it was as if the DMT was showing me the perspective of why creation is here and how we need to appreciate it. I don't know. That's really the lesson. Each DMT lesson is catered to each person, but I feel like that was my lesson.
You know, I would consider trying to do some
I am going to do it again. I have to. I want to so bad.
yeah, but I would say consider doing a natural one where
A natural what?
with no sources, allowing.
Oh, like a deep meditation?
Yes.
Oh, to reach a DMT state during a deep.
Yes.
Oh, I would have to be like a yogi for like 40 years to reach that.
Shut up.
Yeah, no, it's.
It only took me like 5 years, but
that's beautiful. Yeah, because look, what you're saying has so much validity. Because when I was learning about Kriya Yoga, okay, DMT is released in the spinal and the cerebral spinal fluid during a certain breath. So yes, it's very possible.
30 days.
Yes, but I guess
from one moon to the next moon.
I guess my avatar is such a lazy avatar that like I saw this spiritual tool and I felt okay. Look, I didn't just jump into DMT, right? You could tell like my conscious. I know I've learned stuff, so I was prepared. But I can't imagine if someone didn't really know about shit and they saw what I saw. I really think it would scar them for life. Like seriously. Because
that's what happened to me.
Some of those images I can't get out of my head because it's just, wow.
Well, listen, I had a near-death experience, and right in that experience,
can you tell us about it?
Well, that'll be another show.
That'll
be another show.
Okay, yes, next time. Thank you.
But what I can tell you that I saw was the Halls of Amenti.
Ooh, I was just reading about that earlier with Billy Carson. I was listening to a podcast. That is so strange.
And let me tell you,
the Halls of Amenti.
Oh my God. Until you see it and you are in.
I want to go to Egypt so bad.
I was like, I never knew about Halls of Amenti until I went there.
I heard that once you go there, the energy you feel from the way they built the pyramids, they were so consciously advanced that they understood energy vibration, right? They understood this. And it was amazing. The Egyptians were way more. Did you see one of the hieroglyphics where it had a helicopter, a jet, a fucking, right? So are they keeping these technologies from us, right? Now, these UAPs, these things are going like faster than our fastest equipment, right? So are we making this? What is going on behind the scenes? What are they waiting for? Who cares? Let's just strap on our armor of God. This is what we need to be doing.
Right. Well, that's why a lot more underground channels are reporting it.
Oh, I watch them all.
Right. You can't find it, not even on YouTube. It's very hard to find.
Yes. Oh, a UFO TV on demand is amazing it's amazing. It has nothing but documentaries, the real deal. And yeah, lately I've been very obsessed with UFOs. What do you guys in the comments? How do y'all feel on extraterrestrials? Do y'all feel like we're alone? I mean, I think it's hilarious to think that we're alone in an infinitely expanding universe, right? The Drake equation. The Drake equation proves like it's ridiculous. So,
well, hey, I can tell you.
Maybe we are them. What? Maybe the missing link. They inserted a part of their DNA, so they are so there's factions, right? There's a galactic federation. So the ones that made us are kind of checking on us, and then you got these rogue ones that are trying to steer us because free will exists in the laws of the universe. So they cannot infringe on our free will and our choice. That is why they have not landed on the fucking White House lawn, right? They're waiting for us to wake the fuck up. And why are we blowing each other up? What the hell? Why? For what? For one guy? For one man? One ego? Okay, this will end soon. This will end soon.
Listen.
Yes.
I've had experiences that I think we can discuss that on the
Yes, Matthew Lacroix.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, we got so much good stuff to talk
I got a lot of stuff to tell you.
I'm gonna write it down next time too. We're gonna have some fun ones. How long have we been on here? Oh my God, over an hour.
Ooh.
Okay, look.
We'll cut it short. This is just a taste of what we're gonna get going on.
Yes, you guys. Let me just refinish, catch up on all the comments. Just all the comments. It's one beautiful soul. But beautiful. I love this energy in here. When 3 or more are gathered in my name, sounds familiar.
That's awesome. And
Break it down. Okay.
This with all of my groups as well, so that they can.
Okay, exciting. Us, okay. Hope they don't think I'm too much of a nutbag. I don't really. I care, but I don't care. Right? It's a dream. It's a game, but I respect it. But I try not to stress too much. Okay, break it down, Silvia. I have a lazy avatar too. Yeah, dude, I do shit last second. It's crazy. Billy Carson, amazing. Matthew LaCrux, amazing. Also, there's another one. Paul Wallace. Deep, ancient, all that shit. I'm feeling drawn to it because we have not been told something. It is the greatest story ever told, but we are not told. We have been cut off from this important information. What I shall do, you shall do, and more. Have I not said ye are gods? See, people think this differently, but consciousness is evolving. It's happening.
Right.
All right.
It's the awakening.
I love it. I love you. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for allowing me to be part of your show. Of course, we love you. The more, the merrier. You are a beautiful soul. You are what brought this energy in here. Thank you. Best podcast I've ever had. Thank you
guys.
I love you, Silvia. I love you guys. Yvonne, I love you too, baby.
We'll keep in touch, Rich.
All right. We'll see y'all again soon, guys. If you want to see us do more, let us know in the comments. We'll pick different topics and we'll get more professional with it if you want. But I'm not that organized. But maybe you can be in charge of that part. Okay. Anyways, love you guys.
1 hour.
Yes. Remember, there's no time, you guys. Slow down. Relax. You're going to be okay. One day at a time.
Happy Friday. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day.
Love
you guys. Cinco de Mayo yesterday. Thank you.